Gregory Keane continues the story from Sherry Reed's apartment in the Cunningham Towers. The NightShade gang's drug shipment, the problem of trapping the runners at Limeburners Creek on Sunday night, the calculated risk we're imposing on Tom Cutts when he picks up the car at the club poinsettia. All these things have been swept from my mind. At this moment, I'm concerned only with Henry Murray's phone call of an hour ago and the confirmation of what he told me, staring up from the front page of the newspaper in bold black type. Cutts is gone. The penthouse is empty but for Sherry and me, and the ghost of a taxi driver called Williams.
Carlotta, my dear, I think we have every reason to congratulate ourselves. According to Kurt Muller, his little time bomb went off in Orley Street 2 minutes and 47 seconds after he stepped out of the cab.
Now perhaps the cabman will decide that defiance does not pay. Let us consider the people who are concerned, apart from Kurt Muller himself.
Well, there were only two.
Too many, Felix.
There were only the fellow Holtzman and his girl, Janet Crotty, or whatever her name was.
Is there any reason why they should be left in circulation?
Well, there's no earthly reason why they should be removed.
On other occasions, it has paid to respect the hackneyed old maxim that dead men tell no tales.
Well, let's not hackney it any further. I'm all for covering our tracks in the safest and surest way, Carlotta, but it would be a sheer waste of time and effort to chase about after Arnie Holtzman and his dreary little girl.
Would it not be possible for them to put 2 and 2 together?
Only if they had the 2 and 2. You see, my dear, there's no reason why either of them should associate the cab that blew up with the cab they rode about in. No reason at all.
Mm-hmm. Very well, Felix, if you are content. But at the first whisper from either of them, act at once. Our affairs are going so well, it would be a pity if 2 such small fry were to give us trouble.
They're probably in a wine saloon somewhere this minute, stubbornly drinking their way through the $5 each they were paid.
You find it amusing, Felix? Share it with me.
Well, I was just thinking, it's extraordinary what you can do in our position. I just caught a glimpse of about 5,000 Sydney gendarmes all scratching their heads in bewilderment.
It is not the first time we have baffled them.
No, but this was a particularly accomplished performance. Do you realize that we took a cab driver they'd put under guard and led him into a trap from which there was no possible escape less than an hour after he'd exposed himself to our people? We led him into a trap and we blew him and his guard to fragments, and it only cost us a tenner.
He had no one to blame but himself.
Of course not. We only asked him for £1 a week. The beauty of the whole thing, Carlotta, I was at the CIB in Phillip Street when the bomb went off.
See that our clients are suitably impressed by it, Felix. Williams will have died in a good cause if we do not have to repeat the performance. Do you have to get back to town? Louis is doing me a schnitzel for lunch. I think you had better stay.
Keane, pull yourself together and snap out of it. You're drinking far too much altogether.
How did they do it, Sherry? How did they do it?
That's something you'll never find out.
Look, Sherry, I'm not a policeman. I'm not working for the Sydney authorities. I think it's about time we started fighting fire with fire.
Well, what can you do against them that you haven't done already?
Wait in dark alleys like they do. Wait to shoot them down like mad dogs one by one. Because that's what they are, mad dogs.
Keane, you mustn't take it so personally.
But I do. I talked the CIB here into letting Mike Gusick out. And I talked Williams into getting back into his cab. We used him for bait, and the poor devil didn't last an hour. Oh, let it go. It'll be Henry Murray, but wait till we're sure. Hello? Yes, of course it's me. Oh, of course neither of them knew what happened to him, but that's small comfort. Look, Murray, I don't give a tinker's benediction about that. I want to see you, and I want to see you soon. 3 o'clock and you'll send a car? All right. I'll be at the garage ramp.
Well?
You scoured the street for something that'll give them a line on the bomb, but there's nothing. No clockwork, no timing mechanism, no batteries, nothing.
What does that mean?
It means they knew where to get hold of an expert who could make them a nitric acid timer. Oh, look here, what's the sense of nattering at you with a lot of technical detail? You mind if I open another bottle of brandy?
You can't have any more. Oh, darling, you can't go on like this. This isn't the first gang of crooks you've ever tackled. If other policemen drove themselves into the ground every time something went wrong, they'd all be in lunatic asylums. And that's where you'll finish up, too.
But, Sherry, I'm losing every round.
You've taken dreadful risks and you've done wonders. When you came to Sydney, Keene, they didn't even know the NightShade ring existed.
I can't stay aloof from it. I cost Williams his life. I let them get it even channel. They killed Angus Doby because I was as blind as a bat. And now I've got Tom Cutts walking a tightrope. Everybody's out on a limb but me, with the ring going full steam ahead. And I can't get within a mile of Felix Huberman.
What about Sunday night?
Sunday night. I tell you this, Sherry. If Huberman slipped through our fingers on Sunday night up there at Limeburners Creek, well, that's the end. No more running about under cover, no more plotting and planning, no more intrigue, no more hiding like a jackal up here in the Cunningham Towers.
But you've drilled it into me, Keene. If you come out of hiding, Huberman and Carlotta will see through everything at once.
It'll be too late.
They'll fold up their gang, take the $500,000 they must have made already, and you'll never catch them as long as you live. And they'll kill you before they go.
Oh, no, they won't.
They've never failed before, not with the others. I hate to say it over and over again, but I don't want to lose you. So give me a thought from time to time, will you, Keene? If they escape from you at Limeburners Creek.
Keene, we're in trouble.
From the Commissioner?
All the way down the line. This can't go on. Blowing up that taxi was the last straw.
Well, what do they want to do, Murray?
Relieve Felix Huberman from duty. Keep him under the strictest surveillance.
Do they want to play into his hands? What reasons are they going to give him for taking him off his job? How can you tap phones and have him shadowed night and day and look into his affairs and his associates without him knowing it?
If the whole weight of the department were brought to bear, if we pulled out every stop...
Oh, Murray, you know better, don't you?
Yes, Keene. But I can't swing the people higher up. And if they make it an order, that's an order.
Well, you know what'll happen if we let them go ahead? Within a week, Huberman and Carlotta Magnani will vanish. They're not petty racketeers. They must have something like, between $500,000 and $750,000 tucked away already. And with that sort of money, you can get from anywhere to anywhere and not leave a trace behind you. You can't arrest them. They won't stay if they think they're under a cloud. We have to leave Felix Huberman alone.
You tell some of my seniors that.
Do I get the chance?
I'll try.
Well, try now.
No, I've done my best, Keene. You'll be on your own. Jackson, when Superintendent Robert comes in, tell him Major Keene is here. Coming in now, is he? Good.
Oh, this should be Keene. He's been away hours and hours.
Hello, Sherry.
Well, Gene Collins.
Surprised?
Kind of.
Are you alone?
Sure. Come on through.
I've been wanting to come up for days. I'm worried stiff about you, Sherry. I can't get you out of my head. You and the things you're mixed up in. Is that character Keene still living here?
Yes, of course.
I've made up my mind. He's got to get out.
Just wait a minute. Whose penthouse is it?
I've been closer to you than anyone, Sherry. If I haven't been a lover exactly, you've leaned on me a lot.
I'll pay that, Gene, and thanks, but it doesn't give you the right to start calling any tunes.
I don't look on it as a right. To me, it's a moral obligation to get you out of a situation that could cost you your life.
Thanks again, but how do you propose to go about it if I say no?
You won't say no. I'm sorry if I'm coming to the point without any build-up, but it's driving me crazy. I can't sleep. I can't work. I can't get it out of my head. The girl who is going to marry me, and still might, in deadly danger every minute she spends with a cop called Keene.
We went over it before, Gene. We came to an understanding. Do you remember?
I didn't. Now I'm asking you for the last time, Sherry. I've a weekender up on the coast. I want you to pack some things right now and let me drive you up to it.
I'm sorry. Nothing doing.
Then I'm afraid I'll have to bring out my club. I'd hoped it wouldn't come to this, Sherry.
Wait there. If this is Keene, anything you want to say, you can say in front of him. Well, you were a long time.
I had the fight of a lifetime at Phillip Street. They wanted to clamp down on Huberman. I managed to talk them out of it.
Look who's here.
Dr. Eugene Collins. Well, how long has he been here?
None of your infernal business, Keene.
Sherry, this chap I want a word with. Would you mind?
Keene, listen, Oh, all right. I'll be out on the terrace.
Look here, Collins, you know the score. You know Sherry's up here on thin ice. You know the lengths we go to keep this place looking unoccupied. You know that if certain people learn that Sherry's alive and I'm alive, everything we've built up against them will come crashing down like a house of cards.
You run your own race, Keene. Don't tell me what to do.
If these people get one inkling that Sherry's alive, her chances won't be worth a collar stud. Yet you come barging up here openly as though there was a party going on. Now get out.
Get your hands off me, will you?
Don't argue, just get out. Now come on, across the floor, move. If I catch you hanging about here again, there's the door. Now get through it.
I've changed my mind about you once before, Keene. This time I won't change it again.
I shouldn't have lost my temper with Collins. I must be becoming unstrung. He knows too much. But not about the drug running tomorrow night. I'm counting on Cutts. I'm staking everything on Tom Cutts and the roadblock at Hexham Ferry. Tomorrow night could see the end of the Nightshade ring. There are 26 hours to go.
Cutts drives a car away from the Poinsettia Club in the next chapter of this story of intrigue, Deadly Nightshade.